Being able to use your full reach is important in fencing. This doesn't mean you should always stretch out to your maximum reach. There are situations where you want to shorten your reach, but that is beyond the scope of this video. Footwork and timing are also out of the scope of this video. The point here is to learn to use your full reach so that you don't shorten your reach by accident and for no reason, but when you do shorten your reach, it is instead intentional and for a particular reason. This video will make reference to guards, positions, and grips for langes Messer. If you are unfamiliar with that, there are links to videos on those subjects in the description. Lecküchner makes a lot of use of Langenort, and in many cases it is used as a counter when the opponent isn't using their full reach. In Langenort, the arm is straight, the shoulder, hand, and point are at about the same level. Thrusts that end in Langenort and cuts that pass through Langenort will maximize your reach. This is simply a matter of geometry. While not as explicit as in some later sources, it is clear from, for example, Überlauffen that this was well understood. In order to get the hand and the point mostly at the same level, the blade needs to be mostly aligned with the lower arm, which in turn means you will need to use either a hand-shaped grip or a grip with the thumb on the back of the handle. Even in these grips, the blade won't be completely in line with the lower arm, but don't try to fix this by overextending the wrist. Don't overdo the straightening of the arm either, especially when thrusting. Slamming into the end of the elbow's range of motion with force isn't good for you. If we don't overdo the wrist extension or the straightening, we're going to end up with a point slightly above the level of the hand and shoulder when passing through Langenort with a descending cut. Thrusting into Langenort is comparatively uncomplicated. Launch the point forward as straight as possible and only tense up just before reaching full extension, much like when throwing a punch. It is often a good idea to turn the long edge toward the side of the opponent's messer. This positions the crossguard to protect your hand, and you are also most able to exert force in the direction of the long edge. Using the full reach while cutting is slightly trickier, but we will start as simple as possible. In Luginsland, the arm is already straight and the blade is already aligned with the lower arm. This means that there are fewer things that need to be adjusted while performing the cut. Basically, just pull your arm diagonally down and your cut will pass through Langenort. When cutting from another position, like from the shoulder, then both the grip needs to shift and the arm needs to straighten. Also, the grip shift and the straightening of the arm need to have been completed by the time the hand crosses the level of the shoulder. If not, the cut won't have passed through Langenort and you will have shortened your reach. Squeeze with the bottom fingers to get into the handshake grip and straighten your arm as you cut. For rising cuts, the principle is the same as for the descending cuts. In order to pass through Langenort, both the straightening of the arm and the grip shift need to be complete by the time the hand crosses the level of the shoulder. In summary, learn to use your full reach, not because it's the best choice in every context, but shortening your reach should be a choice, not an accident. Cuts that pass through Langenort and thrusts that end in Langenort maximize your reach. For cuts, this usually involves both straightening the arm and shifting the grip before the hand crosses the level of the shoulder.